Seen huge differentiation in the retail names lately, from the dollar store surging to Gap and Abercrombie getting hit to Macy's outperforming Target and Ulta on the upswing. What did we learn, and what are the best trades in the sector now? Here with 3 buys and a bail in the retail world is Gina Sanchez, Chantico Global CEO and a CNBC contributor. Gina, welcome. It's great to see you. And your first buy is Ulta Beauty. The stock is soaring today after reporting that record first quarter. It's raising its guidance. The CEO says double-digit sales growth across all major categories. Still, the stock is only back to flat on the year.
Yeah, Ulta, well, flat on the year is actually not bad for this year, Kelly, so let's keep that in mind. But, you know, beauty right now is one of those places. It's actually not just a strong spot for Ulta directly, but you heard it in the Target earnings call as well, that was one of the bright spots there, even though they had a real hard quarter. So, you know, this is an area that with masks on, beauty products are back on, so everybody is going out and buying. And what's interesting is that they're not, because of inflation, you would have expected that people might have traded down, but they're not. They're actually staying with those prestige products, which have a much higher margin, and that's great for Ulta in the long run. It
was one of Oliver Chen's big picks when we talked to him yesterday. He, again, for many of the same reasons that you cite. Gina, do you know, how did they manage to expand their profit margins to 40% from under 39% at a time when there's so much price pressure everywhere?
Well, so Ulta actually benefited from huge timing of luck. I mean, they say if you can't be smart, you'd rather be lucky. This was one of those. They actually plowed in an enormous amount of investment into their supply chain going into 2018. So as the pandemic hit, they had just finished up a massive overhaul of their supply chain, of their inventory management, and they pumped up their e-commerce game. So you couldn't have caught that timing any better in order to survive the pandemic, and now they're benefiting while a lot of people are still figuring out supply chain issues.
Not that you are going to give a price target, but what's your sense here of the kind of runway it now has to run?
Well, I think the pent-up demand story is definitely there. We see consumption there. And, you know, the interesting thing about the consumer discretionary sector broadly in retail is it has had the worst, you know, revisions in terms of EPS expectations, and the market has just thrown it out baby with the bathwater. So we think that Ulta is one of these that got thrown out and really still has significantly more room to run. And the storyline is these are not expensive products. You know, these are products that you can afford. So at the end of the day, there's still, if you have pent-up demand, and there still is, this could continue to get earnings, and at the you know, profit margins they're running, it'll be an interesting buy.
All right, so let's move on then and talk about your next pick, which is TJX, the parent company of TJ Maxx. They also beat on profit margins, but they cut their same-store sales forecast and missed on comps. Why is this a buy, you think?
Well, so this is an interesting one because obviously they're forecasting that if gas prices remain high, if oil prices remain high and inflation kind of really hits everyone, they're basically saying, you know what, apparel is the first thing that goes out in terms of things that you're willing to spend your excess money on if you're worried about filling the gas tank or buying groceries. However, TJ Maxx in that scenario will benefit relative to the rest of the world. These off-price brands, Marshalls and TJ Maxx, which are the 2 stores that they own. You can also see this in other opportunities like Kohl's. But, you know, these are stores that, you know, we think will benefit from people really thinking hard about what they want to buy and how much they want to spend on it.
And your third pick, Bath & Body Works, a name we talk about a little bit less often. They also lowered their full-year guidance. They say they're investing in technology, which is not maybe the first thing you'd think of for Bath & Body Works. They also do keep emphasizing their supply chain is 85% domestic.
Absolutely. And you're right, Kelly. They announced that they were making this investment into their technology and infrastructure, and they got hit because it's going to hurt their earnings for a period of time. However, that will come back. And also, this is one of those, again, very affordable price points. You know, as we get to socialize again, smelling good turns out is a thing we want to we want to have. So, you know, we think that pent-up demand again benefits this level of purchase. And that these investments, although they're getting hit for them right now, they're going to recoup those.
Yeah, a strong pandemic name. If they are a beneficiary now as well, that would really be quite a feat. So those are your 3 buys. Again, Ulta, TJX, Bath & Body Works. Your bail, drum roll please, this one surprised me a little bit, It is Best Buy. I mean, yes, it's had a tough stretch recently. They just reported a drop in revenue, 8% drop in same-store sales, cut the outlook. The stock, though, was up 15% this week, and a lot of people have been preferring anything with scale as investments right now versus, smaller, more marginal players. Tell me why this one for you is a bail.
So this one was, you're right that, yes, they have definitely had a bounce. But the thing is they also got pummeled. So I think some of that bounce really comes from just relief out of that. And the storyline here is that while we think that people will buy makeup and we think that people will buy cheaper clothing and beauty products that will make them smell good, we don't think that if inflation hangs out, people will make large-scale purchases, electronic purchases. We just see that as something that's probably going to continue to come under pressure, especially if you assume that inflation is here for a while. And so we think that large-scale purchase is not on the agenda.
All right. Gina, never disappoints. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.